Can you believe it takes me 4 months to celebrate the holidays? Well, fall is here and I am ready to get started on those holiday celebrations. Today, I want to show you how I am going to set up a 4-month planning calendar to get me through the holidays and into the relaxing days of January. So stay with me. Well, hi everyone. I'm Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. And today I want to start talking to you about my holiday planner. In 2021, I was fortunate enough to download a free holiday planner from DCP Digitals. I will leave the link below if you would like to grab it. I think she came out with a new one again last year in 2023. They are absolutely fabulous, and I absolutely love them. They are digital PDF planners that you can use and write on top of. But you know me, I like the full functionality of OneNote. So what I want to do today is I want to take one of the pages that I love in the digital planner that I downloaded from DCP Digitals, and I want to make it much more functional in OneNote. So if that sounds interesting, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Turn your notifications all the way on. And with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. I have a lot to talk to you about today. All right, well, you see here on my screen, I have just a blank page that I just started. I am starting from scratch, and then I will add things to this page and we will build this together. But I want to show you that page that I was talking about from 2021. So let me go back to my 2021 Life Planner notebook. And you'll see coming up here on my screen, I have this adorable background here of a notebook, and all of these stickers are also from DCP Digitals. Again, the link will be down below. I did a full video. Actually, I did a whole playlist of videos on this planner back in 2021 and 2022. I will leave that link for you up above and in the description box if you would like to check it out. I thought this was a great idea, a way to organize what you need to do in October, November, December, and January. Because, you know, just because Christmas is over at the end of the year, that doesn't mean that you've written all your thank you notes, put all your decorations away, and all of that kind of thing, okay? So, I thought this was a fantastic idea, and I have used it with these calendars from 2021. I used the same calendar in 2022 and 2023. I just told myself, don't look at the calendars because they're wrong. Well, today I want to show you how to set this up in OneNote with the correct calendars. And then I'm going to be copying over my list of things that I like to do. And you can create your own list if you would like to. Okay, so I just wanted you to see what it looks like. And in looking at this page, I am thinking to myself, well, if I made this into a 4-column table with a row for my calendars and a row for the to-do items that I have to do, and maybe even add a special row down at the bottom for special dates. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about. Let's see how it works out. Now that you have this image in your mind about what I'm going for, let's go back to that blank page. So back here in this year's notebook, and I'm working in my December section, so I'm kind of planning ahead. I want to go over here and I am going to click my mouse and go up to the Insert Table, and I need 4 columns for the 4 months. And I'm going to go ahead and say 3 rows, and we'll see how that works, okay? All right, now, where am I going to get those little calendars from? Well, my favorite place to get calendars from is Calendarpedia. So I need to jump out to Google to do that. And here we are in Google, and I am going to type Calendarpedia, and you see I go there so often it comes right up near the top. I love their calendars, okay? Now, Calendarpedia, again, if you're new to my channel, Calendarpedia is a place where they have downloadable Word, Excel, and PDF formats of various calendars. Again, I've done videos on using Calendarpedia to set up your own planning calendar if you would like to check that out. Okay, but what I am looking for here is I am looking for a monthly calendar, and I want one for October. So over here on my little menu of things to pick from, I can go down here to monthly, and I'm going to click on October. What that's going to do is it's going to show me all of the different versions that they have for the monthly calendar for October. Okay, so there's that one. That's too big for what I'm looking for. I want something with just big chunky numbers. There's big chunky numbers. I kind of like that one. Let's see what else they have. Here's big chunky numbers, but without the grid lines, which I kind of like that one as well. Although with the red and the blue, it looks very patriotic and not very Christmas. They have this template, which is back to the small numbers, even smaller numbers. Then they get into this different list view format, which I like for my dashboard, but not for what I'm looking for. And then they go through portrait. So it's the same things for portrait. There's rainbow, there's big numbers with no lines, and there's the smaller boxes, and so on and so on. Okay? Oh, and then they have one down here at the bottom that's actually a 3-month calendar for September, October, and November. That's interesting. I wonder why they didn't pick October, November, and December as the third quarter. I don't know. Maybe you could alter that one. I'm not sure. But that's not what I'm looking for today. I'm kind of liking this one, actually. Do I want it in portrait mode, or do I want it in landscape? You know what? I think I'm going to go with landscape, okay? So I'm going to say that I want to download this October 24 calendar, and I'm going to take it into Word. And when I take it into Word, you can see that it has uploaded up here into my downloads folder. And then it will say, do you want to open it? So let's open it. And again, it's going to open Microsoft Word, and I'm going to enable editing. Okay, now I use the Microsoft Word 365 version. That's what I'm using on my computer. And you can see here the table comes in, and it's, you know, a full size 8.5 by 11. And all of this is editable. Okay, the one thing that I liked about the calendar that we saw from DCP Digitals is how nicely it matched with the color schemes of the notebook that she had them in. So what I want to do here is I want to do that same thing. So I'm going to highlight the word October, and I'm simply going to go up here and change the font color. I think I want to make it, you can see as I hover over it, it changes it, so you can see what it looks like. But I think I want to make it this green. I think this green is too dark. I think I'm going to use this green. Now, you could also do custom colors down here. If you had a set of hex codes that you were working from and you wanted to use that specific number, you could do that here, okay? But to keep things simple, I am going to choose one of these standard colors, and I'm just going to go with the green. I'm going to do the same thing for the 2024, pick that same green. And then down here, when I look at Sunday, I like the red color, but I feel like it's a very bright red. And when I do my holiday things, I tend to like a darker kind of red, a little bit deeper, okay? So I'm going to choose that one. And you can see here, it's just a slight difference between this Columbus holiday and that color that I chose. But again, I want that darker color. And now, what are we going to do with this blue? Well, the blue over here is not something that I want for my holiday planner. I don't really want to make it red. I think I'm going to pick that other green color that I used before, okay? So let me zoom out so you can see how that is looking, okay? I think that looks nice. It's clean. It's simple. I think that is great, okay? The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I am going to highlight the entire thing all the way down to the bottom, okay? And I am going to say copy. All right. Now I've made a copy of that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into OneNote and I'm going to jump back over here to this blank page that we were working on. And in this very top cell, I'm going to click my cursor, and I am not going to just paste it. I am going to paste it as a picture. I do not want to be able to change those dates and things in here. I do not want it coming in as a big table, okay? I want it just to be the picture, like a rubber stamp of that little calendar, okay? All right, now when I do that, you can see, again, let me scroll out so you can see the whole page. It comes in and it's pretty big, but because it's a graphic, when I click on it, you see these little boxes, these little dashed lines. That means that I can resize it. So I can go and grab it in any corner and make it whatever size I want, okay? All right, so I think that's fantastic. I think that's going to look really, really nice, all right? So now what I need to do is I need to go back and do November. So again, let's go back to Google. We've gotten our October calendar, and I'm going to try and do this one a little bit quickly. And we're going to go here and we're going to get November. I already know what format I want, so I'm going to go down here to template number 3, bring it into Word, open it in Word. I'm going to make this green. After I enable editing, I'm going to make this green. So green, and do this one green. Now I could do every other one. I could do it red and then green, red and then green, alternating. But I am going to be consistent this time. And then we need to make these reds, the darker red that I like, which I keep right there. And dark red. And Thanksgiving also will be dark red. Okay? So there is that entire table. I'm going to go up here, click, highlight the whole table, including that Thanksgiving Day down there, make a copy, go back to OneNote, go to the second column, and paste as a picture. Make it the right size, and there we go, okay? I'm going to speed up this process while I get December and January, and I'll be right back. All right, while I'm getting this last January calendar, think about this. Think about if you're somebody who likes to have, little tiny calendars on each one of your pages as you're going through setting up your months. Maybe you want the month before, the month after, that kind of thing. This is a great way to be able to do that because, as you saw there, I have all of those other years that I can choose from. And I think that's really fantastic. I love, love, love the way that Calendarpedia makes these things available. And all of their calendars, they're so versatile because they have so many different styles. And I think it is just perfect. It seems like whenever I have a calendar event that I need or a calendar moment where I need a specific calendar, I'm always able to find exactly what I'm looking for. So, and it's free. I love that so much. All right. So last one, copy, take it back. We're going to put it right here. Paste as a graphic. There we go. Okay. So if I'm setting up my monthly in December and I wanted to take this one for December and January and kind of put those on that dashboard page so I know what's coming up, I think that's a great thing to do. Okay. All right, that one looks a little small to me. That looks a little better right there. Okay. All right. So now I have those 4 calendars, and think about all the possibilities that you could do. I'm going to use this second row down here, this row right here, to list all of those items that I want to do, that I normally do to get ready for Christmas. So let's go grab those real quick. And that was way back in 2021. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this entire container. That's why I love keeping things in containers. So Control C to copy, and then jump back to 2024. And in this first cell here, I can do Control V, and it puts all of those in there for me. And let's go grab those others, and then I'll show you kind of what's on my list. Again, I've done an entire video where I show you these lists, and we go through and we talk about the things that are on these lists and why they're important to me. And again, I will have that linked if you would like to check that out. But today, I just want to talk to you about how versatile these kinds of things can really be. Okay? All right, and here's my last one. All right, let me make this bigger so you can get an idea of what I'm doing here. Okay, so I have all of my calendars set up now. These are the things that I do. Declutter living spaces, order the wreaths that I want for the outside of the house, plan any handmade cards or gifts that I'm going to be doing, create a Christmas card and order it. Schedule any concerts or shows. I'm already starting to think about, what's at the local theater, what concerts are playing, what light activities and that kind of thing. And I want to go ahead and get those on the calendar because there are some things that I do not want to miss. Okay. And then review last year's calendar, inventory festive clothing, create a budget for how much you want to spend so that you don't overspend. If you're going to be traveling during the holidays, make your plans. Start brainstorming gift ideas. I also like to get my Christmas list set up, which is over here in the next list, so that as I'm starting to buy things, I can write them down. Okay? So you see, it's just the same list that most people go through. It looks like a lot of things. Right now I have these as bullet items, but I also could go through here and I could make them custom tags. I have a custom tag here called Holiday Task, and that's a green box with a green star on it. So if I make them all holiday tasks, then as I do them, I can check them off. I love that little dopamine hit that you get when you check a box off and that you finish something, okay? So again, I can bring in my custom tags here as well if I would like, okay? Now, when you look at this page, right, and you compare it to my 2021 page, well, you can see that the 2021 page looks cute because it has this little notebook background behind it, okay? And I like that look. I think that's pretty good. If you have been following me at all this year, you know that I am using a notebook that looks something like this. It's a green notebook with all of my links at the across the top, my spirals on the side. And what I thought about doing here is I thought, well, I could just take my normal page, decorate it a little bit, put some garland up, put my Christmas tree up, change my color of my tabs to kind of coordinate, with the holiday season. And this might be kind of a fun place to use that calendar that we did. Or maybe for all of my pages for my holiday notebook for 2024. So let's go grab that entire table that we just made and bring it onto this page background, and let's see how that looks. All right, so back here, I'm going to grab this whole container. And remember, OneNote has notebooks and then sections and then pages. And then on those pages are containers. So by putting this table all in one container, I can quickly copy it. And then I can go back to this other page and I can, well, I like to always paste on the side. I'm just going to paste over here. and then I'm going to click it and drag it over just like that. Okay, and there you go. Now it magically looks all fancy and pretty, and I think that's really cool. But really, it's just a basic table, right? That you can fluff out to make look the way you want it to look. Okay, now if you're wondering about my notebook, the background and all of that, I do have the 2024 playlist. I will link that up above and down below, where you can go and learn how to make your own notebook background like I have here. I made mine in PowerPoint. You can make it in Google Sheets or Canva or anything that you use that has some manipulation of graphics. In fact, that's where some of these stickers came from here that you see. These were all free from Canva. And so I just think they're the right colors of green, and I think they're really pretty. So I wanted to use those, okay? But if you really like the one from DCP Digitals, and you go out and you get the planner that she's offering for the holidays, let me show you what was included in that one. Again, I'm going to go to a different notebook. I kind of keep this whole, every time I get something that is related to a Christmas planner up here, I add it to the top. But at this point, I am in my 2021 holiday plan section. This is my one that I downloaded from DCP Digitals, and I will quickly just show you how many pages there are in this particular notebook that that came from DCP Digitals. But one of the things that she did is she gave us a bunch of blank pages, okay? So see here, she's got tabs. They don't click. They're not clickable tabs. They just have that look, okay? And down here, she has October, November, December, and January, and then some blank tabs for things that you might want. So here is a completely blank page. It has the spiral down the middle. She also included this one, which is a lined page, which is great if you're making lists or writing recipes or anything like that. She also offered this chalkboard one, which I think is really cool looking. One of these days, I'm going to do a chalkboard planner. I just think they're really cool. Okay, and she also offered this one in that notebook, which has the background with the the snowflakes across the top, which is really pretty. Okay, so these are all blank pages. They're all graphics. They're a page within that PDF. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to take this page and I'm going to copy it, and we're going to take it back to the page that we've been fiddling around with. And I want to show you how to make an adjustment for that spiral that's in the middle. Okay. All right. Now, again, before you say, but Crystal, you're copying and pasting, where did you get this from? I have videos linked on how I downloaded this whole thing, how I opened it up, how I got it to print out in OneNote. I don't want to cover all of that here again because the video would just be too long and you guys would get tired of listening to me. So I'll link all of that down below so that you can check that out. So I'm going to right click here. I'm going to say make a copy, and let's take that back to 2024. All right. So here on 2024, again, I'm going to paste on the side. And when I paste, that graphic comes in. Let's see. Let me make my page smaller so you can see it. That graphic comes in and it's pretty big. Look how big that is compared to my notebook. Okay. So let's make that smaller. There you go. That's pretty good. Okay, she often has a lot of background around her graphics right here, which is fine. I tend to keep my graphic very narrow so that, I can put things right up against it, okay? All right, the first thing that I want to do is I want to set this picture as the background. That takes away that dashed and dotted line, and now I can't move it. It's not going to wiggle around on me, and I really like that, okay? And just like you saw me copy and paste that table that we made before, I'm going to grab that whole container, grab it up there at that little gray line. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to grab this whole thing, and let's make a copy of that. And I'm going to pull it over here, and I'm going to put my cursor down, and I'm going to paste it right on top. Again, we don't want to paste as a picture because we want this to be functional. We want to be able to write in this particular table, okay? All right, now let's zoom back out so you can see. The table is slightly off because of the spiral and stuff down the middle, okay? So I can adjust it a little bit. I can move it up like that. And I kind of like the way that it sits, you know, with the snowflakes on top. I think that's really, really pretty. But you can see that my tables are a little wide for what I need them to be to fit into this particular notebook. So how do you fix that? Well, I can go into each one of these graphics and make them a little bit smaller. And let's make them a little bit smaller, like so. Okay, and now you see that they fit better on the page, but we also now have some of December going over the middle of the spiral, and that's not going to work. Well, there's a very, very simple way to fix that. I'm going to highlight this column, and I'm going to go here to Table, and I'm going to go up to Insert to the Right, okay? And what that's going to do is where this column is highlighted, it's going to insert a table or a column to the right. And it's going to put that column right there, okay? And then what I can do is I can go in here. It's really, really hard to see. Let me scoot in a little bit so maybe you can see it a little bit better. The column line is right here. If I hover my mouse over the column line, you'll see it turns to these kind of arrows that, you know, have arrows going out each way. And what I need to do there is grab that, hold my mouse button down and drag that way. Okay. Now, if I can show you on this one as well. See how I can drag that and move that so it's kind of centered. Now I have a blank column all the way down the middle of my page that really just incorporates that spiral down the middle, okay? Now, the other thing I was thinking about doing is I was thinking about coming down here and I was thinking about adding special dates down here and giving myself a space for that. So that I know, you know, if the office party is on a certain day, I can go ahead and record that, you know, all of those kinds of things, okay? Again, here, you can also, you know, maybe this font is too big and it's taking up too much space and you want to have more room. You can go back to your home menu and you can make it smaller so that your space down here at the bottom is a little bit bigger for your special dates. That's up to you. It doesn't really matter. I kind of like the 9 point, and then that gives me some extra room. And then if I want to add special dates down here, I can. Maybe I have a special date in October that is, I want to list Halloween party is on the 29th. Okay? All right, so I can do that too. So I can keep that kind of on my mind. And because this is a graphic, if I wanted to, I could come up here to my draw menu and I could choose a highlighter and I could say, you know what, I want to mark that Halloween party. So let's do a smaller nib and I'm going to do that and highlight that like that. Okay. So this calendar, even though it is a graphic, it is still very functional. I can use it. I can highlight on top of it. I can write on it, that kind of thing. Okay? All right. Well, what do you think of those apples? Right? We've gone from a downloaded digital planner that look like this, which I think is adorable. And I have loved, loved, loved using this. And there are pages in it that I still use and will still use this year. But I think that's great. So I went from a planner that I purchased that looked like this, and I created my own version that looks like this, okay? So there's the one for the notebook that I've been using. Here's the one using the background from the adorable planner from DCP Digitals. Tell me what you guys think. Which one do you like the best? You know, I'm kind of torn. I know that my links that I have here are functional. Could I make new links and put them here? Yes, absolutely I could. Is that worth my time? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I do think that, you know, again, this just shows me all of the wonderful capabilities of using OneNote. I think it is absolutely fabulous. So, as we get ready to enter into October, I would like to wish you all happy holidays for whatever holidays you celebrate between now and New Year's. And I would hope that maybe you can find some use for these calendars and these planning ideas to help you get through those holidays, to have a little bit more planning and a little bit less stress. All right? Well, please, if you've liked this content today, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. We are a growing community. I love hearing from you guys. Please leave me a comment and let me know which of these two do you like the best. I would love to know. I think that would be really fun. And here's hoping that you can live a more simplified and organized life through better planning. I use OneNote. Happy holidays, everyone. Okay, bye.